Yeah, I suppose you just kind of fucking dissect the game. That's all you can do. Just sift through the ashes.
Yeah, rip the band-aid off.
So disappointing.
Yeah.
What did
Feels like this happens to us more than any other country. The whole last-minute loss.
we've been just fucked like in this one.
Yeah.
If you can at all, just try to keep the Man United mentions to me because I'm not in the mood today.
Yeah, no, I'm not either. Fuck him. Fuck Man United. Fuck Ronaldo. I hate him.
No, honestly, that is nonsense. Nonsense. All nonsense. But listen, I've been on that road before.
Nonsense. Talking nonsense. Why should we accept somebody talking nonsense? Like, what would you say? Just why are you talking nonsense about us? Why are you talking rubbish?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very solemn, bitter, filled with rage episode of an Honest Podcast with Cathal and Will. We are giving you a bonus episode for the Irish game that we just had. What might have been so close yet so far. Daylight robbery, a screw job done by the refs. I mean, I guess it was kind of evening robbery rather than daylight robbery. But we got fucked. We got fucked in this game, Will. By fucking
over and over.
Matej Jug and his team of corrupt VAR officials. That fucking prick.
I mean, we'll get to it, but has anything ever made you as mad as him smiling?
Oh, what the fuck was
that?
Ronaldo? What was that?
Remember that ref who got Haaland's autograph for charity and he was ripped apart? Why is this guy not getting ripped apart? You can't be palling with the players.
Like, you see it, fucking Mike Dean's are going for that, like, where he just, like, go over and, like, yellow card, fuck off, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This guy was waiting, he was, like, toddling along with Ronaldo, like, his
Didn't
younger
want to
brother.
bother him, yeah.
Like, he knew he was being in the shot. He knew he was in, no, look, I'm here on TV, Ronaldo. I was like, sorry. And he was like, just fucking give him the yellow, you're a referee, like, the game's over. Give him the yellow, go back to the fucking middle of the pitch, do your fucking job.
I couldn't believe the smiling and sorry, I have to give you the card, you old bollocks. Yeah.
Then do it then. Then fucking do it.
He broke a rule. You're a ref. That's your job, man.
That's his job.
You should be fuming with him for breaking rules.
Oh, that fucking rotted me, man. Seeing that, and he was just loving being part of it. He was loving the fucking limelight himself. I mean, like I said, we get into the whole fucking thing. Like, there's so many issues in that game. Like, this is fucking Henri levels of bullshit. Like, this is Henri 2009, the handball. Like, this was just, you try and do things right. You try and play the game the right way. You try Kenny ball, and this is how you get repaid. Screwed.
I saw Didi Hamann had on Twitter. He's like, never in my life have I watched a game the day after and been more sure that we were robbed. And I was laughing because I was like, first of all, him saying that, he's like, so sure we were robbed, and watching it the next day. But also, Didi Hamann being Irish again is always so funny.
Yeah.
Like, why? Well, just because he's accepted on RTE.
Well, don't forget, Didi has an axe to grind after the Germany game. He still holds that beef. He hasn't got his retribution for that, where he was raging where Ronaldo was showboating. And then, who's laughing now? Have a look at the scoreboard, Ronaldo, 4-2. That really did sat wrong with Didi Hamann. He's out for blood now. Like, the 4-2 wasn't enough. He wants to see his career go up in flames, Man United. If that happens, Didi Hamann will be front and centre.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has personal beef with Ronaldo, and I respect him for that now. I think, what?
Yeah, me too now. We all do.
Stick with the Didi. Your time will come.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing. Like, we could have been talking about, we're back. Qatar, here we come. Kenny ball works. It looks good. It's exciting, and we get results.
Yeah.
Like, there was so many good performances there. Like,
yeah, it was the best I've seen Ireland, I think, since the Euros we were in.
Yeah.
Which was fucking ages ago. When was that? Like 2016?
2016.
Like, that's so long ago.
It was a great game to watch. Yeah. Like, it was really good, really exciting game because Portugal are fucking dirt.
Yeah.
They
You
have-
said it on the last episode. There's like, it's a manager doesn't really know what he's doing, I think. They're shite.
They have really good players, like really talented
Yeah.
players, but they haven't got a clue what they're doing. Like they were reduced to fucking like they're just lashing the ball off the 11 Irish players behind the ball. They had no plan to get that ball in the box. They were just waiting for Ronaldo to do something. It was like, try and
Yeah,
get the ball to
literally.
Ronaldo.
Lump it onto Ronaldo's head and try to see if he could do one of the best headers ever. Just keep doing that.
Like, you was like watching someone playing against a blanket defense, take a long range shots, kick the walls. Like, all day, boys, all day. Let them do that all day. Like, they weren't breaking us down. They weren't like, stretching us and making us run all over the place. It was like just lashing, like Bruno lashing it, Ronaldo lashing off it. Like, there's one point there where he lashed his shots, and we're probably getting ahead of ourselves, but like, I mean, the best way to start is, I think, the penalty. The penalty. I mean, first thing, the way we gave it away, that was Kenny Ball's the final nail in the coffin. That was like, this is the kind of bullshit that you can't do against good teams. This is too high level. You try pass that shit around like that, pussyfooting around the back, you're dust. And, we did. It was a bad ball by Bazunu, who would later, very quickly redeem himself. But I mean, it was a shite ball, dribbling ball out.
Yeah.
And then, who was it?
Hendrick, I think.
Hendrick stretching for the ball there. And it looked like a penalty. First look, it looked like a penalty. You give it all day. If only there was some system in place where we had perhaps men in a room with a screen who could watch back the replays that we at home could see, and they could determine if, in fact, it was or wasn't a penalty.
Yeah.
Oh wait, there is. It's called VAR, and it's fucking corrupt, and it's. I thought they'd fix this. Will?
It's worse. It's worse now because it used to be in football when like something wrong happened, you're like, this game is broken, but what can we do? But now it's like the system is in place, and it's just like they don't care. They're not bothered. Like why bother with VAR at all?
He clearly got that ball first, and they looked at it and they went, "Oh, it would be pretty good though if Ronaldo got the record, though, wouldn't it?"
Yeah.
In the Algarve,
but it looked bad the first time we saw it.
Like, it wasn't even a capacity. Well, they're afraid there's going to be a ride in the stadium of the 30,000 stadium. 30,000. I'm fucking losing my mind. 30,000 seat stadium.
Seeing so little fans at this stage, it was like, now in my head, and it's stupid to think, but when I see that, I'm like, your country is blowing it. How do you not have just full fans and just who cares now? Just do it. Everyone else is.
Like, there's no to give that penalty was just pure kind of look. Portugal are going to beat Ireland anyways. Like a pain.
Let's get on with it.
They're at home. What are we doing? Put off the NFL. I like, that's not your job. Your job is to call it as you see it. Literally call it on the replays, and they saw it, and the reason they took forever is because they were looking like, oh fuck, this isn't really a penalty. Shit. Went on forever. In the meantime, we were doing a bit of dark arts of our own. Was it Darryl O'Shea kicked the ball away from the penalty spot?
Kicked the ball away from Ronaldo.
And Ronaldo, really
he's
patiently
off.
pushed him in the shoulder. I mean, look, if it was us, we'd be fucking raging. We'd be like, fuck that.
That's how it is, though.
It was a sending off. And I think it was that one last year, the Fulham and something game, Fulham Southampton perhaps, where it was, someone touched Mitrovic in the face and he went down like a... And then Mike King's like, look, the law is if you raise your hand, I have to send you off. Yeah. So now this year, the common sense VAR is like, oh, well, that wasn't sending off, so the game goes on. But there was no VAR check. He just like, oh, well, forget that happened because it was Ronaldo, because he has to score his penalty. Like, now, say, if it was us, you'd say never send off. It was send off. It was just kind of stupid, but it's just kind of weird that Ronaldo was like, what are you doing? Like, that's not the script. I meant to score this penalty and break the record. What are you doing? Get off me.
I mean, literally in the space of 90 minutes, I went from, I was kind of looking forward to Ronaldo, seeing him play. Fuck him, man. I hate that dude. What an arsehole.
like in the start of the game where like it was the Ronaldo show. The whole fucking thing was just like
Yeah.
the start of the game. They presented him with the Euros golden boot, like every cheering for Ronaldo. We're just like there, like NPCs, like just watching the this is the main character of the game, and he's like, yeah, lift the trophy. And then he's like standing at the national anthem, and he's like standing sideways at the national. Like, what? Like, is he literally? This is a movie. Am I watching a documentary on Ronaldo? What's going on?
He seems insane. Like he has to be the most egotistical athlete out there. And like, there's a lot of big ones, but like, he's next level.
He is. But like, they were looking for the penalty. The VAR looking at any reason to give it. They took forever.
Yeah.
Ronaldo, starts a little fracas there. Get on with it. Just take the penalty and score. Just get this game over with.
Yeah.
But again, Bazunu, fucking legend, 19 years old.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Surely
that's him locked into that team now until he's done.
Yeah, I mean, who's the other? Keller, who was excellent for Liverpool.
Yeah.
He was excellent for Ireland too. He made some unbelievable saves. The last game, he was against Hungary. He played, and he was unbelievable too. You feel bad for him, but you can't play two goalies, lads. What can we do? We can play two right backs as wing backs, but we can't play two goalies.
I'm sure Mick McCarthy has inquired, can we play two goalkeepers at some stage?
Definitely. I'm sure it's been once a decade. We'll probably inquire that with FIFA. So then what happens is
Ronaldo against Bazunu. Oh, and he saved it! What a save from Gavin Bazunu!
And of course, then there's a check there. Oh, maybe he came off the line too quickly.
Yeah, maybe he must have cheated.
Well, how dare he say the penalty from Ronaldo? Check if he came off the line. It's like, is that what the ref is literally there looking at? Checking. Oh, I got to check. Oh, now you're checking VAR. And of course he didn't. He fucking saved it because he's a great shot stopper and a great goalie. Yeah. And then it was like, we kind of woke up like, these lads are fucking shite. They were. These guys aren't very good. We can actually win this game. And Portugal, like, oh, here, like, we meant to score that. This game meant to be over now. I
didn't know you were gonna try. This is bollocks.
Like sometimes you do see that where like it does have huge psychological effect, missing a penalty or missing a chance even. Yeah. Or like say a goal, you score a goal but it's disallowed because of offside. It's kind of like, oh, well, we still scored it though, like only for a few inches. And then the other team's like, oh fuck, and that was a huge turning point. And we started playing really well then. Like, it was a really good performance. This is the sickening thing. It's like we've lost and we're completely out of the qualification now. And it was our best performance against the best team in the group.
Yeah.
Like, it's, Adam Ida was excellent.
Unreal. Yeah. He's always kind of talked up the last few years. And I think he's had a few good games in like the FA Cup and stuff.
Yeah.
But that was the first time where it's like, he is a savage player.
Yeah. Like he holds up the ball. Like if we're going to play this way, you need any team really. You need a front man to be able to hold up the ball to bring other players into the game because like it's impossible to try and get out of your defense if you can't. If it's just hitting it off a wall and it's coming back every time, you're constant pressure. Yeah. Like he's kind of like Shane Long in that he has that pace and that skill, but he can hold up the ball as well.
Yeah,
I'm getting emotional here talking about him either. It's just
Troy Parrott all over again.
I mean, Troy Parrott. Yeah, was he injured? He didn't feature at all.
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, Ida is definitely like he's 20 and he's playing for Norwich.
Something like that. Yeah.
He's at a Premier League club for this year at least, and he's young and he has ability, and that's when if you want to take positives from it, I think he's young and he's playing well. He could definitely be a player that we could build a team around, up front.
Yeah.
Now maybe we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves, but like it's just he played really well, and I thought. For the outball, like for a reference point up front, he was excellent. Who else made his? I think his first start. Jamie McGrath. He played excellent as well. I think he had the cross for Egan's goal.
Yeah,
which was an unbelievable goal. It was like Roy Keane against Juve. It was unbelievable. Just like the glancing header,
sailing through the air. It was unreal.
And that was on
the deftest touch.
Yeah, on the stroke of half time. It was the perfect time to score. We don't want to score too early. We know this.
No, yeah. This is the best time to score. That's what everyone says.
We had them absolutely rattled. Ronaldo obviously is very good, but he's lasted partly because of his insane diet, and he's probably in a cryo chamber as we speak.
Yeah, with
But
LeBron. beside him.
you know, people, the LeBron one after every game, he starts with his big toe and has someone look over his, every part of his body. How does this feel?
Yeah.
But also because Ronaldo doesn't move when Portugal have the ball.
Yeah.
Let me know when you have the ball, and then I'll get a goal. And
Yeah.
look, we know that's what he did. But like when they didn't have the ball, he's not someone who's going to drive you on and say, "Come on, boys, press the ball," because he's no interest in that.
Yeah.
And like they had Bruno and they had Bernardo Silva, and who's the other person they had in the middle there? Let me just check.
Yeah, the line
Palhinha.
Yeah, Palhinha. Yeah,
Palhinha.
Plays for Sporting.
Like they obviously thought we don't need to fucking have a double pivot here, lads. Right? This is Ireland. Just put two attacking midfielders. Like, Bernardo Silva's a winger. Like he plays out wide for City. Just put him in the middle. That'll be fine. And 2-3-0. We'll take Ronaldo off at 70 minutes, rest him up, get him back to my night. We saw Bruno Hernandez in the Euros. He doesn't play well there.
Yeah.
He's best. You want him in front of goal, scoring and creating chances. That's what he does best. And the same with, like I say, Silva's a fucking winger. Like we were breaking even with him in midfield.
Yeah. And I think midfield is usually where we're at our worst, I think. So
yeah,
they really need to sort. And like, surely they have lads in the Portuguese league that are like perfect for those positions and stuff, but they're just like, no, use the big names.
They have Ruben Neves and Renato Sanchez, but they literally thought, like, we don't need them. Like, look who we're playing. Jamie McGrath making his debut, making his first start. Jeff Hendrick, who can't make the Newcastle team. That's who they're looking at. I'm like, no, it's grand, boys. It's grand. But they weren't expecting the wing backs. They weren't expecting us. See, they were playing the Euros. We were watching the Euros, so we know
they were listening to us.
While they were busy playing against wing backs, we were watching people play wing backs to great success.
Yeah,
Coleman and Doherty. I mean, look, I'll say this about Kenny. Like, I do like the playing attack football, but the fact that Seamus Coleman was dropped at any stage for any reason. I don't care what he did off the pitch, and that wasn't even there was no reason ever to draft Seamus Coleman. So to drop him to say he's too old or he's not one for the future, it's like, we need to qualify for the next tournament, boys. There's no building for the future here, and he's our best player. Like, he was excellent. Doherty, best game I've seen him play for Ireland as well. Really,
best
really
game
good.
He's had in a long, long time. He's been shit at Spurs.
Yeah, he's not had a good game for Spurs. So I mean, no, they were excellent. The midfield is very good. Admittedly, I don't think Portugal got it right at all. I think they're fucking terrible. Lost on the line. Well, I guess they won, but not good in the line for Portugal. Like, they'll win nothing, that Portugal team, with that manager.
Yeah,
playing that way, absolutely not. Like, they weren't good. Now they used a lot of their subs. They had good subs to come on. I think it was Yao Mario and Guedes who got the assist for the 2 Ronaldo goals. But like we were saying, up until that point, they were just like taking shots from distance. That's all they had to offer.
Yeah.
Just lashing the ball off us, and like we had our opportunities. And the disappointing thing is that we can't not mention Aaron Connolly here.
Oh man, there was a good few times he could have put that to bed.
And it's one of those things where you say, "Oh, it could have been 2 or 3 up." It's like, well, the second chances wouldn't have come. Like, it wouldn't have played out the exact same way. But he had chances to score as a takeaway.
Yeah,
and he kept going down.
Yeah,
and he developed, like, he hasn't played much football. He's 21. He hasn't played much club or international football to have a reputation, but he developed a reputation in that game as the boy who cried wolf. He kept going down. So towards the end there was a central Ronaldo had the ball and just lashed off Josh Cullen. And seemingly like he pushed Josh Cullen, like, get the fuck off me. You don't touch me ever. Like, he was like in full Ronaldo petulance mode. Like, after there's so many different things. Like, after the penalty, actually, where they go to check for VAR, check the penalty, there's a great shot of Ronaldo going, Like in disbelief, like, like, sorry, what? Like, excuse, where are you going? Get back here! I'm going to watch me score this penalty. Like he was like, just like absolutely scoffed at the referee going to check VAR. Like, oh, okay, yeah, good one, yeah. That makes sense. And then fucking after we scored the goal on the stroke half time, he's arguing with the referee about something. I was like, what is he arguing about? It was a perfect good goal. Like, they weren't meant to score. What's he saying to them?
Well, he's probably saying this wasn't part of the deal.
And the ref's like, sorry, oh, so sorry.
Yeah.
You know, I'll do my best.
That was the worst thing I think about the ref smiling and being pally with him. Was Ronaldo was an arsehole all game. Like it wasn't like Ronaldo was like on his good side. Ronaldo was fucking dogging him all game, and then he's still licking his arse at the end of it.
Yeah, Ronaldo wasn't buttering him up. That's why I think that like the ref just wanted to be close to greatness. You know, which
he was like overawed by the occasion.
Yeah, but sorry, no. The thing was, Ronaldo took the shot. He pushes Josh Cullen. Don't fucking touch the great one. We go down the far end. I think Adam Ida puts in a great ball to Egan.
Yeah,
headers down to Aaron Connolly, and Paulinho comes straight through the back of him. Like doesn't get near the ball.
Yeah, he came in shoulder first. He was like turning so that he could hit him as hard as he could.
And like he bundled over and went flying over the back of Connolly after going through him. It was the clearest stonewall penalty I've ever seen not given.
Way more of a penalty than the given penalty.
And there was a VAR check. What were those clowns in the VAR room looking at? A big fucking bag with swag written on it. What the fuck?
They were still looking at the first penalty, being like, no, he definitely did it.
They had a third screen with their families tied up with men in masks holding them hostage. I mean, there's no way they look at that and thought that's not a penalty.
Yeah.
The ref obviously didn't give it because he thought Connolly's a diving, he hasn't had a shot on target. He gets in. Like he had a few chances where he fumbled this. The first half, he had kind of a bad touch. And then, this one, if you were to look at it objectively, which I don't really want to do, but I will, it's that Connolly looked like he was going to kick that ball wide anyways.
It did look like he missed first and then got fouled.
Yeah, which doesn't matter. Irrelevant.
Yeah, it's still penalty, yeah. If you miss a shot and then I shoot you in the head, that's surely a penalty after.
It's still murder, Yeah,
exactly.
It's still murder. There's no way that wasn't a penalty. And the fact he didn't give it, because Connolly. What about the ref saying it's Connolly and he's diving? Fine, that's your fucking bias, which you shouldn't have, and you're a bad ref. We've established that. You're a bad ref and you love the limelight. And you've been paid off and you're a prick. But the VAR boys, I mean, what are they looking at? What's their job?
Yeah.
It
felt like, I don't know. It was literally, I think it was the worst VAR game I've seen. And I've seen like worse calls and stuff. But just like consistently missing stuff or giving the wrong stuff. It was like the opposite every time of what should have happened.
Like that literally was the whole game in a nutshell. It was Ronaldo having no plan to score and just lashing off an Irish player who were all 11 men behind the ball. And then him pushing us petulantly, get off me, don't touch me. Us playing really well, Adam Ida breaking down and getting a really good ball in, and then it's getting screwed by the ref. That was the whole game. That's exactly all the talking points. I mean, the Ronaldo goals were really, really good goals, to be fair.
Yeah,
I mean, he is ridiculous. The first goal, look, McLean, I saw a lot on Twitter that this should be McLean's last game,
Yeah, I think so, Sal.
I mean, he got so badly done that first goal. Like, just, Guedes who came on, just sold him a very obvious dummy. And then he was like... totally on his feet. I think there was a tweet. There's like, it looks like James McLean's plan is to come on and barge through hundreds of millions of pounds worth of Portuguese players. He just took the ball off him a couple of times. Like McLean got done for that goal. I think it was like 88 minutes, and like of course it's Ronaldo in the middle of the box, like leaping 6 feet into the air and just like powering
facing
like,
the wrong way and stuff.
That's how he get the power on that header. He's so fucking good. But like that was the plan. It was like get the ball to Ronaldo somehow. That was the tactic. Yeah. And they did. And then he saw the pitch and
there was a video on Twitter after of I think it was like Nike or someone did some promotional video a few years ago.
Yeah.
Where it was Ronaldo in a dark room, like all the lights are turned off, it's pitch black. And they were firing balls at him, and he was headering them, and he was literally getting all of them top corner, top corner, top corner. He couldn't see a thing. It was like, is this how he trains?
Yeah. And like, the second goal was the same goal, more or less. I mean,
Yeah.
and
there's no, you can't really stop it. Like, it's because he's fucking 2 feet above everyone else in the box. Like, you can't stop him.
And what's worse is, like, we defended pretty well. Well, actually, first of all, after that first goal, when McLean got done, we go up the other end of the pitch, and McLean has an opportunity. He's in. McLean, the new man on, fresh legs. Do the right thing. Your brain, your lactic acid hasn't built yet. The brain isn't going to your legs and your arms, everything else. It's in your head.
Yeah.
Cross the fucking ball.
Yep.
Well, first off, he takes a bad touch. Lash upside down. Takes it wide, and then it's like, you're never, like, when have you ever seen someone score from that position?
Yeah.
Ever. Like, it's so rare. Like, you're talking like far top corner, ridiculous goal. Like, you don't have that in your locker, James McLean.
Yeah.
We all know you don't have that in your locker. So, and he went the side netting down low. Just the wrong decision. Like, whether being too slow or being not playing no football, but like, it's the decision making. Like, that's, you're an older, more experienced player. If you don't have that, you really are not offering anything. And then,
but even hold it up. 1-1 against Portugal is fine.
Yeah.
Fucking, there's no need to be desperately trying to grab a goal. Like, a draw against Portugal would have been a mad result.
If the shot's on, yeah, take it. But when it's not on, like, it clearly wasn't. And say,
bring it back.
Yeah, like, even if, say, from his perspective, he looked across, thought, that cross isn't on either. Then don't just have a pot shot. Then, like, okay, turn back and say, well, hold it up. Like, it's still 1-1 in the 88th minute. Yes, there'll be injury time because we were really, we worked on our shithousery. It's good to see Kenny's worked on that. They really hate us over there. Oh, they do not like us. I mean, we were going down injured.
It's nice to be on the other end of one of those games, because like in the Premier League, like we support kind of the bigger teams that are like get shithoused against. It's nice to be the shithousers sometimes.
Yeah, they were booing Doherty every time we got the ball. Was it Doherty? Oh man, like we thought we had it sus. We thought we had really fucking. But like the thing is, like against a good team, they don't mind that. They're like, all right, whatever. We're going to get the ball back in about 2 seconds, and then we're going to put what we do to work, and we're going to score. Portugal, give us the ball back. We had to lash this ball from 30 yards out. Yeah. Like they were losing it. We had them rattled, Will. We had them absolutely fucking rattled.
Yeah.
But it became apparent once injury time came. That game would still be going on now if they hadn't scored. That game was going to go as long as it took.
It was going until Ronaldo scored.
Until they got that winner, that game was not going to end. I mean, we were 30 seconds above. The reason being that we were 30 seconds past the 5 minutes injury time is because they had another bullshit VAR check for a handball outside the box or some shit. Oh no, it wasn't. I think it was like a push, like a nothing VAR check that shouldn't have even happened. That's where they had this magical 30 seconds from. Like, you can explain it any way you want. It was a total fucking fix. The fix was in, and they fucking done it.
Fix was in. Yep.
Like that second goal. We were defending well. Another last shot, I think, was Hendrick who like put his foot out and it went out to Yao Mario. So like Ronaldo had gone in to get that shot, so he kind of switched off for a split second. He was behind Coleman. So then when the ball came back in again, he came from behind Coleman, and before he saw him, he was like, say, 6 feet in the air, bullet header into the fucking goal, shirt off, lights out. I was watching the game. It's just sinking feeling. I just I didn't even curse or swear. I just like a 1-1 would have been a good result. We would have made it's not a win, but like to lose, to get nothing from the game, I was just deflated.
Yeah. And really, it was like, it didn't really feel like through any fault of ours. Like, again, it was the best Ireland performance I've seen in a long time. So,
yeah.
It was just bollocks.
Like,
whatever, if I know obviously the game is different if things happen, but if we get the penalty, which was a penalty, it's tough for Portugal to score 2 more goals. Like, whatever about 1.
2 goals.
Surely Ronaldo's not going to do the header twice or 3 times.
2 goals and they're done. Like it was 1-0, and they knew that they had better players, and we weren't really playing. We weren't destroying them in the middle. We didn't have someone who was like just killing them. So they knew they had a chance. 2 goals goes in the 80 something minute. It was close to that. Like I remember it was at 60 minutes, and they were really put on the pressure, and I was like, we do well to last a half an hour of this and not concede.
Yeah.
But once it got to that point of 87 minutes, I was like, these guys don't have a fucking clue how to score against us. They're not breaking us down. We score another goal, and their heads drop. They're like, fuck this.
And the shithousery goes up a level then as well.
Yeah.
When it's time to kill. Like,
I mean, it was for a stadium that they built for the 2004 Euros, their greatest embarrassment, losing to Greece in the final. It had that written all over it. This was going to be the same thing, and the refereeing and the VAR. I mean, look, this is the thing. This happens all the time. Messi or Ronaldo break a record, and the headline is Messi breaks record, Ronaldo breaks record, Ali D's record. No mention of,
the other team
refereeing or VAR. This is exactly what UEFA wanted and FIFA wanted. This is the great big shining star that is Ronaldo. This is what the headlines were meant to be. It wasn't meant to be Ronaldo held and doesn't score or misses penalty. No one see that.
Yeah.
Like this is the whole thing that you start seeing. I'm not even clicking the headlines. I'm so fucking mad. I'm just like, wow, this is bollocks. This is exactly what the fix is about. This is Ronaldo breaks record. Great for him.
It is weird to be on the other end of one of the record-breaking things. Like,
yeah,
I've never thought of the other team and all those Messi or Ronaldo records. They probably fucking hate him.
But like, if you weren't watching the game, you'd say 2-1. Yeah, Portugal probably just better than them. But like, they really weren't. It was 2 late goals.
I don't know if you saw on Twitter. There was an absurd amount of Ronaldo fucking arse-licking on social media and stuff from Irish people as well, which I thought was bizarre.
Really?
Yeah, I saw a good few people, even people we just know, talking about the GOAT or blah 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 blah. It's like, who are you supporting here? Like, it's that thing we've talked about before, where it's like now people support players over teams, like all the fucking profile pictures and all that shit. It's so weird. I don't get it.
Yeah, no, I've never been as deflated and angry since 2009.
Since the handball.
That's what it feels like. It feels like we've been done out of it. I mean, there was a point where we were 1-0 up and it looked like we could hold on. I was like, I really wish we'd beaten Luxembourg now. That feels like a real missed opportunity.
What was the score against Qatar again? Or was it Qatar?
We drew with Qatar, yeah.
Yeah, again, that seems like a game.
That was a challenge game. That was part of the qualifications. That was one of those. That was a conference booster.
Oh, yeah, sure. Because they're already in, sure, of course.
Yeah. They're in the group.
Confidence booster.
Yeah, that was when we went to win and get back on track. I mean, look, and what's worse is we have to actually go to Luxembourg. Tough place to go and get results at the best times. So they won't fear us.
Tough place to find.
Tough place to find. Tough place to go. I mean, yeah, like I say, there's all the positives. There's more positives from that game than there have been probably from the last 3. But it's worse than all the rest of them because we were so fucking close.
It's unfortunate for Kenny as well, I think, because things weren't looking good for him. And then 85 minutes into that game, you're like, you know what? They're right. They're right to keep him like, this is going to work. And then that result happens, and a lot of people are going to see is the results, and like, he hasn't won in this many games, blah blah blah, all that. So I think he's very unfortunate because what else could he have done for that game?
No, I don't.
They were set up really well.
I haven't seen anybody in the direct aftermath being like, "Oh yeah, Kenny has to go now." Because anybody who watched the game is like, "Oh well, that was clearly not Kenny's fault." But yeah, I think in the end, they'll say, look, you lost 3 games, maybe 4 games, we'll see. You didn't qualify. Yeah. We haven't improved. Like, that team was a few, like Andrew Omadebayo, I think it was.
Let
me get that right again.
Another dude you mean, yeah.
Omadebayo. Andrew Omadebayo came on at 19. Obviously Bazunu was young. There's a few younger players, but like a lot of those lads are like, 29, 28. it's not that young a team. I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, well, this team's coming in the future, like the Turkey team, who we all know is still quite young. Like, this is like, if you qualified for this tournament in Qatar in 2022, that would be really great, but we haven't.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's not a good result in the long term for Kenny. I don't think anybody's blaming him for this result, but it definitely would be better for him to get some kind of result here and maybe keep the dream alive of qualifying, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, and it's worse as well because, I mean, we talked about at the end of the last episode, we were expecting to get pumped in this game.
Yeah.
So then when you do come close, it's like, then we could have come close in all the games.
It's the hope that kills you. That's the thing. You have no expectation. You go out, you lose. You don't
I
watch the
wish
games.
I wish we just lost 4-0.
Yeah. I suppose that was on the Wednesday. Today's Friday. There was a few other games as well that came on. Our boy Timo back in the score sheet for Germany against the mighty Liechtenstein. So, I mean, it's a goal for Timo at this stage. St. Patrick Bamford, amazing team, didn't get on. Despite the other Irish boys, well, former Irish boys.
Could you imagine if he was up front fucking instead of Connolly?
Oh, might have been. Spain lost to Sweden. So that
apparently
looks like
it's their first loss in qualifying since like the 60s or something mental like that.
Yeah.
Which, imagine that. Imagine how nice that is.
Well, Sweden were pretty decent in the Euros. As were Spain. But I think that Sweden team is probably, more decent than you would have given them credit for at the beginning of your 2020 year.
Yeah, definitely.
Preview episode. But look, how are we to know? We're humble podcasters who don't know anything about football. A few of the results that I literally, it put me off football for the last couple of days. So I don't watch it anymore. Same. I don't want to know who's, there was transfer deadline day. I don't care. It's a sickening result. Yep. But look, we said we owed it. We couldn't let this go by and not talk about it. It was just one of those ones.
It's like a therapy session. You have to get it out.
You got to get off your chest.
It'll come out in some other way. Otherwise, some poor person will get the brunt of it.
You got to get it off your chest with someone who actually cares as much as you. I was watching my dad. He just, passing interest at that. Passing interest. So, like, he's not mad about it. He doesn't care. I'm sure a lot of people in the same position.
I was watching it with Orna, my girlfriend, and as the game went on, she said to me, "You're not going to be in a mood if they lose, are you? Because that happens sometimes." And I was thinking, the thought of imagine being on the other end of that and just being like, this fucking baby.
Up and down the country, there's people completely bemused right now, whether a significant other or son or daughter is just like, bollocks.
I hope everything's okay in his life.
Matty's fucking joke, Slovenian bastard, fucking prick. What the hell is wrong with him? But look, like I say, we have it. We've vented now. We've got it off our chest, and hopefully you've enjoyed parts of it. I suppose we should probably. We haven't done this for a while now, but if you do enjoy the show, if you are enjoying it, and I think most listen on Spotify. There's some cool guys out there who listen on Castbox and stuff like that. No idea how that works.
Pod Addict, no idea. It's amazing we're even on it. I don't know how we manage that.
I don't know how that works. We just click a few. We have a provider. They do all the work. We don't really. But if you listen to that stuff, not having a go at you, we're not exactly sure how that works. If there's a way to give us a thumbs up, maybe, or a like or a heart, do that. But for Spotify,
hit the tick button.
whatever their iteration is of the like button, hit that or smash that, subscribe. If there's a bell, maybe click on that too. I don't know. Spotify, all I think that we want you to do is just to follow it. I think the listens / the followers we already have is pretty much the same. So we're probably talking to nobody here. But if you are listening and you're not following, just hit the follow button. It doesn't actually do anything to your Spotify. Like, it doesn't bring any. It doesn't give you any notification or anything. It
kind of keeps it on your algorithm, but it's more for Spotify to know that people actually like us. Yeah. And I think follows is how you get on the charts, and then obviously being on the charts is how you get new listeners. So
Yeah. So literally just do the follow, and it'll make no difference to your life. And I don't think it makes much difference to ours either, but maybe over time it will.
yeah.
And if you don't like us, I suppose don't do that. But if you want to, if you really don't like us, you can send us an email at
angry email.
What's the email? At nononsensepod@gmail.com.
At nononsensepod@gmail.com.
Yeah, it's in the description anyways of this.
Yeah,
again.
it's in the description of this episode on Spotify anyway. I'm
on
assuming
Spotify and maybe Castbox and there's other places that you listen to.
Yeah. On
Um,
Deezer.
Deezer as well. There's a few Deezer out there. Shout out to Deezer. Keeping it real out there. If you want to send us an email, if you have an opinion that you'd like to express about football or about us, we'll read it. We'll discuss this. If you have an issue with me or Will from the pod or from our personal lives,
yeah. Do you have a grievance you want to air?
if we've wronged you in some way, in real life, that would more likely be for me, to be honest. Will's a very, very agreeable person at the worst times. So I mean, if that's the issue, send us an email. We'll read it out on air, and we'll start the dialogue of whatever you want to talk about, be it Premier League, international, what our thoughts are on a specific thing, and we'll bullshit our way through it. And
do you hate the bandwagon wheel? Let us know.
Let us know about that, because it hasn't officially started season 2. That situation is fluid, so we'll see about that. And we'll be back. There's another game this week on Saturday, is there, against Azerbaijan?
Yeah, Azerbaijan on Saturday. Which what does it matter anymore?
This is where it separates the real fans now, because the chance of qualifying, that's done. You can let that dream go right now. This is about, do you care about Irish football enough to see, is there any green shoots there coming? The likes of Adamida and Malumbu, those kind of players. Josh Cullen. I mean, imagine if Wayne Rooney hadn't 2-footed Darryl Nice.
I forgot about that.
Imagine if we had him in the middle. Imagine what kind of episode this would be now. We'd be back.
Oh, how we laughed at the time.
No, we thought that would have no way. We're playing Portugal. What, we're going to nearly beat them? I don't think so. Oh God! Fucking Wayne Rooney, Ronaldo. This is all your fault. Well, all your friends in Man United. Look what they've done now. They've fucked us.
I hate this fucking club. It's nothing but torture.
So I suppose we'll be back next week. Back for the Premier League. Is it? No, there is no game this weekend, is there?
No.
Fuck. Well, look, we'll be back next week for maybe another international pod. Maybe more focused on other games, because, like, say, Ireland, Azerbaijan, I'm sure it's going to be great, but there might be other stories as well. And after that, whenever the international break mercifully ends, we'll be back to the Premier League, and we'll see you then.
Well, Cathal, don't forget, when it mercifully ends, Premier League is back for 2 weeks, and then it's back again for a 2-week international break.
What? Really? There's another break after that?
A 2-week one, yeah. I think it's in like 3 or 4 weeks.
Well, we'll be there to report on everything that happens. We'll see it through the whole thing.
Yeah.
No, honestly, that is nonsense. Nonsense. All nonsense. But listen, I've been on that road before.
Nonsense. Talking nonsense. Why should we accept somebody talking nonsense? What would you say? Just why are you talking nonsense about us? Why are you talking rubbish?